Are they really done with you? You're probably not talking. You've probably not heard anything for quite some time. And you're wondering, is this it? Is this actually just it? They vanished. They may have blocked you. And you're trying to make sense of it because let's just face it, this is not an ordinary breakup. Trying to make sense of just exactly what is happening. And the question that keeps going round and round in your mind was, is it real? Did it really mean anything? Have they moved on so quickly? Or are they just waiting for the perfect moment to come back and test your boundaries? What does this all really mean? And today, this is exactly what we are deep diving into: the narcissist's discard. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So I've been asked, as always, I'm always asked about this discard thing, this ending of a relationship or whatever it is that you want to call it, that you don't actually have any words for, because it's really hard to try and understand what is going on. What was this? How is this? And you probably read in so many kind of like blogs, videos, information that's out there online that actually these individuals do come back, and you're thinking, well, why do they come back? Because they might be with someone new, they're doing their own thing. Why are they actually going to be coming back? Because people don't come back unless they have changed. And you know as well as I do that these people don't change. So why are they going to be coming back? What is this? So this is what I really wanted to look at, is exactly what the discard is, what this illusion is. And I feel like once you understand what is going on, this will help to empower you to understand the whole dynamic of this interaction with this person, and it will help you to make more informed choices going forward. So in this video, I really wanted to look at the psychology of the discard. What is it? I also wanted to look at what the discard means to the narcissist. I also wanted to look at what the discard does to you, like how does it make you feel, what it happens to you, how you process it. And that golden question, will they come back? And this is all coming up in the video. Okay, so let's start with the psychology of the discard. When a narcissist discards you, it's not that it's the ending of a relationship, and I really want you to know that. I really want you to understand that. It's not because they finish with you, it's because it's stopped serving a function in the narcissist psychological ecosystem. You have stopped serving a function. Because narcissists don't look at relationships in a healthy way, people to them are objectified. People aren't relationships, they aren't connections, they aren't unions. People end up being separate to them. They see people as resources. They don't connect to people, to another person. And that, all my friends, stems from their own childhood. The disconnection that they have with themselves is then mirrored outwardly as well. So if they're not connecting to themselves, how are they going to be connecting to you? They're not going to, because they don't know how to do that. And that's all to do with the attachment disorder that they basically have. So this has all started off in childhood, where they didn't connect to their parents or their parents in that way, that the parents were unable to meet their child's needs. So the child then stopped expecting that. So the child detaches to save itself emotionally and psychologically because of the pain. And that really is it in simplistic form. So this is where the narcissistic personality comes about. This is where, because of that emotional trauma early on in their life, they are disconnected from themselves. And in turn, if you really think about it, and I've really believed this as I've gone on kind of doing this work, is what they actually do also is get you to disconnect from yourself, so that you basically serve the narcissist, you serve them so that their needs get met. So they are also teaching you in turn how to disconnect from yourself. So the antidote to all of this, to all of the healing, is to reconnect to yourself, because that is what makes your purpose in life. That's where you feel you understand yourself. But being in these tragic relationships, this is exactly what happens. You become disconnected and a shell of your former self. So they see people as resources. You see, the reason why they discard is because when you no longer feed that ego, when you're no longer a resource, when you're no longer giving them what it is they need, the admiration, the validation, you're not serving their purpose, you're not behaving in that way that they want you to. So all of this is manipulated, all of this is doctored so that you behave in a particular way. And again, it's done because it's got to serve them, it's got to feed them in some way. And when it doesn't, it's kind of like they pull back and you see it as a discard. But the thing is that what they're doing is they're putting you on ice. They're just putting you here. So they're going to come back to you. That's why you never get validation. That's why you never get closure. They never actually tell you what is going on. You know, it's because they're always going to be coming back. If you're setting boundaries, they're also going to step back, but they're going to be a bit more cautious coming back in, because if you have indeed set a boundary and stuck to it, then they are not sure whether it's going to be possible for them to come back in. So they see that you are slipping away. So when it's you are the one that is kind of showing their independence, trying to like do your thing, you know, they see it as that you're seeing through the mask and that you're slipping away. So it makes it a little bit more challenging for them to be able to come back for you, but they will. They will, because they want to. So the discard isn't closure. It's more of a power move. It's more of a move to keep you under control. And indeed, even though they discard you and they might be with someone new, I know that that's really, really heartbreaking, but it's designed to provoke panic. It's designed to cause you to reestablish yourself. It's about you to prove yourself to them. It's about blaming yourself and trying to fix this, because, and I talked about this in a video that I did a few days ago, that in the silence where they remove themselves from you, in that silence, what they are doing is they're testing you. They're testing to see how you feel about them, how you communicate that. So whilst they're silent, you're trying to understand things. You're messaging them, asking them, why is this happening? What's going on? Like, you're trying to get understanding, but the fact is you never get it, do you, my friends? You never get the understanding. You never get that validation. You're always kept in limbo. And so really, this power dynamic is, again, an illusion, because it really is up to you whether you decide to stay in this dynamic or whether you actually leave. They're not the ones that are in control of it, although they make you believe that you are. Just see how this is working. Just see exactly what they are doing here. And because of this, it taps into something called the intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism that keeps people addicted to substances. So it keeps you wanting the validation and the attention of that person. This push and pull dynamic creates anxiety and longing for that person. So when you believe you can't have something, you want it even more. And this is the dynamic. This is what they are trying to create. And what it does is it activates your abandonment wounds and needs that weren't met, perhaps from childhood, perhaps in other relationships. So what it's doing is it's creating that deepening of the wound, that you're not good enough, you can't have this. So what happens then for you is, because you then try to prove yourself to that person, to show them that you do care, that you do want them, because what happens is that your nervous system is seeking safety. And so you're kind of wanting that from them, because that is who and what has given you that so-called safety. And also, when you think about it, when you're in a relationship, you think that person, because you love them, you think that they are on your side, you think that they are going to be able to give you that, when actually, if you really think about it, they're not. What they are doing is they have created this chaos, this confusion, but they're also the antidote to it, because then in your mind, you're always seeking the safety from that person because you love them, because you want them. This is the confusing bit, and this is where it's so challenging to be able to move away. This is the addiction. So now let's have a look what the discard actually means to the narcissist. Well, let's get clear. Let's get really, really clear here. When a narcissist discards you, This isn't a clean break. It's not the end. What they are doing is they're putting you on the shelf. Deleting you, they're not getting rid of you. You're just put on the shelf for later. So why do they do that? Well, this is a mental bookmark. Oh yes, my friends, a mental bookmark, because they will be circling back to you because they don't know how to get rid of people. They don't know how to break away from people because, again, they see people as tools. They see people as resources. They might not be getting a certain resource from a person over here. So they're going to come back to this person over here, aka you, to try and for someone to meet their need. So it's about maybe if the new supply stops validating them, if they stop getting their needs met in this area, they're going to be looking to come back to you because you know why? Because they know that you have done that before, so you're more likely to do it again. So this is why they tend to circle back. Just to say, if you are someone that has kind of moved past this, has got strong boundaries and are able to hold your own, they're not going to be coming back. Otherwise, if they feel that they've still got a chance with you, they'll be back. Oh, my friends, they will be back. So if you really think about it, the end for the narcissist, well, that's not what's happening here. It's a reset of the power dynamic to show you and to remind them that they are in control. That's why they do it. So the psychology behind it is that narcissists operate on a concept that's called object constancy deficient. Object constancy deficit, meaning that they struggle to hold on to emotional connection when you're not physically present. When they're angry, they'll erase you emotionally. When they need you, they'll remember you again, and they will put full force into trying to get you back because it's serving their needs. So it's all about them and their needs and their ego, so that all of that gets served. So when they discard you, it's emotional amnesia, not closure. And I know we struggle with this part. We do struggle with trying to understand it. And the thing is, you're not going to be able to understand something like this because me or you don't do that. But when you have this object constancy deficit, this is exactly what happens. You're not able to have self-awareness of your behaviors. It doesn't happen like this. That's why it becomes really, really challenging in order to be able to put this into some kind of order. So what this discard means to you, in a psychological meaning or in a psychological aspect to this, your brain becomes addicted to the highs and lows of this relationship, of this interaction with the narcissist. The dopamine from the idealization and the cortisol from the conflict. So you've got these really high highs and these really low lows. And that's why it feels so devastating when they actually leave. And it can make it very challenging because in your heart, you know that this person isn't right for you, but the withdrawal from them is making it really challenging as well. So they know that they've got you. They know that you're not going to be going anywhere else, even though maybe you haven't communicated to them or they haven't communicated to you or they're ignoring you. It doesn't mean that they will come back because they're going to need you at some point. And I know that every situation is different, but this is exactly what happens with them. These are individuals who do tend to come and go out of your life. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a separate video because I feel like this is something that is really important to discuss more. Otherwise, this video is going to be very, very long. And it's going to be called What the Discard Does to You. And I'm also going to be talking about will they come back in this video. So that will be out later on today. So do check back onto the channel. I just wanted to say, I really hope that this video has helped you. Please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations, so please see the description box for more details. And if you have liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.